Hello and welcome to Daily Records. I am Tommy Burton, and today's album is Dreamtime by Tom Verlaine, released in July of 1981. This was his second solo album. Tom Verlaine, most of you know, the American musician and guitarist from the band Television, the celebrated band Television. Interestingly enough, one of the tracks on this album, Without a Word, is a rewrite of a song called Hard on Love, which was an unreleased Television song that was performed live around that time. And so I will say one major thing about Tom Verlaine and Tom Verlaine's solo albums, he is a guitarist, and I'm not talking about like a flashy guitarist in the vein of like an Eric Clapton or Stevie Ray Vaughan, but the sound of the guitar, the tonality of the guitar. Fans of that first Television album will tell you that one of the appeals of that album is that of the guitar sound. It's a great guitar album, and it's not one of those where you're going to hear, a lot of flashy playing, but you're going to hear some great in-your-face guitar playing. Verlaine is a New Jersey guy by birth, but he grew up in Delaware. He started playing piano early on. He switched to saxophone. He was a fan of Stan Getz, jazz saxophone player. And he really wasn't drawn to the guitar initially. But after hearing 19th Nervous Breakdown, when he was, a preteen, he decided, this is where he wanted to go. And so he started to experiment. He developed this just unique style that's his own. Of course, a lot of teenagers and stuff became a fan of writing poetry and things like that. And of course, later on, as a teenager, he met Richard Hell, and they both, started to realize they had some great musical ambitions, and so. It goes on to talk about, Television. This is on Warner Brothers. And one of the great sort of punk bands of the New York scene. But he later, after Television broke up, he went and went to England for a little while because he had an audience there. My English fans can comment on that. And he was, by the 90s, he was just one of those respected kind of elder statesmen, and he recorded with people like Patti Smith, had done some soundtrack work, and just, and even did some television stuff. And so a lot of people consider Tom Verlaine to be one of the talented guys of the punk era. And he had incredibly poetic lyrics, and he just had a very original guitar playing style. And so, he and Richard Lloyd, who I can't go without mentioning, Richard Lloyd, just another phenomenal guitarist. And like I said, you're not going to hear just flashy, just playing like virtuosic guitar playing. You're going to hear punchy, tight songs with really, really aggressive guitar tones, and it's not just like a tonescape. It's all just it's all within the confines of good songs and good songwriting, which I think at the heart is what sets Tom Verlaine apart from a lot of the sort of punk guys, where it was all about the attitude and just deliverance. Verlaine wrote intelligent lyrics that were poetic, and he had something to say. And so Dreamtime is an album that's going to grab you, and it's going to stick with you because there's just some really, really wonderful material here. And that's why I chose it for today's Daily Record. Comment, subscribe, share down below. Tom Verlaine fans, let me know what you think. Back me up here on what an incredibly gifted musician Tom is. I love interacting with you guys. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's TommyBurton75. Check out my other channel, my regular channel. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow with another Daily Record.